Get the behind-the-scenes information on the breweries and beers you love with What's on Tap's Brewery Sessions. Okay, What's on Tap podcast. Once again, your host, Stefan.
And Matthias.
And we are back for another Brewery Sessions, which apparently is very hard for me to say because I don't know, it's just not working for me. Where we interview people in the beer and brewery related industries. It's like the rural juror.
It's quite a tongue twister.
It is. It's a tough one for me for some reason. It'll help me slow down in my pronunciation as well. So
that's a good thing.
Yeah, not a bad thing. And today we're very excited because we're going to talk about the Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival.
Yes.
Which for some reason I always want to call it the Beer and Wine Festival because it's always beer and wine in Sweden. It's never beer and whiskey. So,
well, here it is.
It is. And we are joined by Glenn Pålsson. Am I saying your last name correct?
I think so.
Excellent.
Yes.
My Swedish is impeccable as always.
As well as any American
Yes.
was going to say it. It's
As well as Pålsson. It's the A with a little circle over it, and that always throws me off.
Actually, it's my first name that is often in Sweden when I talk over the phone.
All right.
I end up when I say hello and they said, "Oh, your name is Jens."
Jens?
No, Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Like with Glenn Campbell. I mean, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
It's even the same spelling.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us who you are and what you do with the Malmö, and a bit about the Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival.
Hoo-ha, where to start? My name is Glenn, obviously, and been doing this for 2.5 years now with my colleagues Björn and Emily. And we're a small company, and we have a lot of cooperations around the festival to make it happen. And Björn was actually the one that started the Beer and Whiskey Festival 2005.
Yeah.
But at that time it was only a whiskey fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
So-
that in Malmö as well then?
Yes, it was. It was at Slakthuset.
Okay.
Oh, true. Yeah, it started over there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was just recently that it moved over to the Malmö Live.
Yes, it was.
Or not Malmö Live, but
Malmö
the
Mässan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. He did 1 year at Malmö Mässan alone, and then I came along and taste events was created.
Yeah.
Yeah. And your question again, Stefan?
All right, so the Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival has been around for 12 years now. Okay. And it started out as just a whiskey festival.
Yeah.
And then when did beer come along?
About 2010, maybe.
Okay.
Something like that.
And have you seen the beer to whiskey ratio shifting? Is it becoming more beer focused, or is it kind of staying the same? Or
This year is definitely more beer than whiskey.
okay.
Yes, I haven't checked the numbers from last year, but this year I can confirm more beer than whiskey, and I think it was the same last year actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So beer has been steadily climbing over the.
Very much,
Okay.
very much. I think so. The interesting is pretty big, and it's you always reading about new breweries coming up.
Yeah.
For today, example, I read that 2000.
There was 50 new breweries recently,
Yes.
something like that,
Yeah.
just in Sweden.
Yeah.
In Sweden, really?
Yeah, it was something like that.
That's
I think
crazy.
was it last year there was 50 new brewers in the whole year, or was it even more?
It was more. It was about 60 last year, and
Yeah.
they wrote that this year was the first year that gone back a couple of numbers.
Yeah.
But still climbing.
Yeah.
Right. How many I guess breweries will we find at the festival?
Okay, that's a hard one because we have the number of stands, different stands.
Okay, how many stands to start with?
Okay, the total number is 57.
57 stands just for beer?
Just for beer.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
How many for whiskey?
Around 40.
Okay, so that's almost
It's
100
almost a
stands.
50-50,
Yeah.
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 And
But
then-
on top, on those 57 stands for beer, we have also the microbrewery bar.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
nice.
Yeah.
So is that a new concept for this year?
No, actually, it's been around for, I think this has to be the 3rd year.
Okay. Yeah.
And the microbrewery bar is an easy way for a recently started brewery or just a super small company trying out the festival for the first time Just want to be around it or at it as an exhibitor for a very, very small cost, but also in a very small sized bar. So you only buy or hire a meter bar. But we do a lot for them. We print their logo over the bar, and they have a fridge, and they will have lighting, and they will have everything at set. The only thing they need to bring to the table is the beer on keg or on bottle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. And how many microbreweries are at the bar?
14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
And then how many taps do they have? Just as many as they can fit in, or are they limited?
As many
to...
as they can fit in, but at most one machine and two taps.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they also with some bottles in the fridge, of course. Yeah.
How many different breweries can we expect? We have 57 potential spots, tables. But I mean, we have some people are distributors, so they're bringing in multiple brands.
Exactly.
And then you have some that are just representing themselves. So how many different configurations do you expect about all this? Do you have any idea? Or?
A lot.
A lot?
More than 57.
Yeah, I would expect.
But some do collaborate, and we have, for example, Migranten and Lilla Ölfabriken.
Yeah.
They have they do a collaboration at the same stand.
Okay.
Yeah, and So, but as you say, a lot of different beer could be represented in one booth, one stand. So it's very hard to say.
Now, do you get to sample some of the beers beforehand, or is it just like, so it's like we approve of them, and so we're excited to have them?
Yeah,
so.
Stop recording now. And no, actually not. Just small tastings when we're at the brewer, of course.
Okay.
But nothing more, nothing less. So
is there anything that you're kind of excited about trying, or that you haven't tried that you heard this coming, or like?
Yeah, there is a new one that I haven't heard of a lot. When I first came in contact with the company, I didn't thought it was a brewery actually. But now I know better. So it's a company called Friends Company around.
I think I've heard about them
Friends
as well.
Company Brewing.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, so brand new, and they will take part in Malmö, and it's great to have them. They are in the microbrew bar. What's something else to try? Yeah, boring answers, but there's a lot. But Breckeriet is back. And they were the festival last year, 2016.
Yeah.
It was the first one they attended, and they had like the smaller booth, 3x2 meters, and now they're doubling up, and they're very super excited. And they were so glad after the last year's festival. They came to us and said thank you very much, and were super glad, and they're looking very much forward to this year's. And we're also as an exhibitor, as us doing the fair. So we're very glad to have them.
You have a theme every year, correct?
We try to have. Yes.
And last year's was female brewers, if I understand. And then this year, what is the theme?
We think we have picked up the trend of low alcohol beer.
All right, and that's 3.5% or less in Sweden.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Because of the Swedish alcohol laws, if it's above 3.5, it has to be sold in a Systembolaget.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's below that, they can be sold in grocery stores and convenience stores and whatnot. All right, and so and did you say you're doing growlers as well, or is that? No. All right, maybe I was misunderstood.
Yeah.
Or
no, but you're in the Stockholm Beer and Whiskey. You can bring the 3.5% beers with you home from the festival, right?
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. I remember there was some talk or something, and I was trying to remember what it was. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Your memory is a little bit hazy.
There was a few beers there when we talked last.
Exactly. So in Stockholm, it's all the way, and in Malmö, we're doing a compensation or what it's called. So we're going to serve smørrebrød, some more simple food, and Bottle Shop, the Stockholm-based company that's only selling the low alcohol beer, is going to host this thing at Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival this year. So now, today actually, I send out the invitation to all the brewers that is attending Malmö Beer and Whiskey, and told them to bring low alcohol beer under 3.5, and Bottle Shop will talk for the beer and compare food and beer at the festival.
That'll be an interesting event.
Yep. So it will be a separate part at the festival.
Okay.
Yeah, to sit down, have a beer, and chit chat, and less crazy environment. So yeah,
A little bit more of a relaxed spot, kind of.
very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will hope it will turn out well.
Yeah.
But in Stockholm, woo-ha. Yeah, all the way.
And you also brought out a couple of bottles over here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this.
This is Folkfest. Is the official festival beer of the year, the first one actually. And it was, I will say thank you to Marcus, one of the brewers at Klackabacken, who called us and just popped the question. And we thought about it at about 5 or 6 minutes. And then we said, of course, we'd love to meet. So we went up there and had a small chat, and it turned out, we will go with a 3.5.
Yeah.
And it's a kind of a collaboration with Messrestauranger, but of course, it's in the thing about the picture is.
So the picture is
sheep.
is it a cow?
Cow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cow
Yes.
is basically a cow's head on a human's body.
Yeah.
Which is
very
kind of
much
a theme for Klackabacken's kind of
Yeah.
labels as well.
It is.
But so what's the story about this one?
It is he's holding a logo in his right hand and he's pointing at it, and the person or the animal pointing is wearing a sweater or
It's like a
jacket or something.
It's like a necklace, kind of like like a Flavor Flav clock from the him from the 90s, 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
There's a big logo of the Malmö Whiskey Festival.
Yeah. So the old and the festival that everybody knows about, Malmö Beer's Whiskey, is pointing at the new one coming up in Stockholm.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's a new kind of concept, right?
It is. We're opening up for even more type of different products, and because the name beer and whiskey is very it's
Like limiting a little bit, or
it is, and but you know what you get.
Yeah.
You know the beer, you know the whiskey, but malt destillat, we're trying to open up and invite more different kind of.
So you can include more food and more, I guess, not just beer, but then you can also look at different types of distilleries other than just whiskey.
Yes, and we loved the companies attending, beer, whiskey, whatever. Try to compare with food actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
To get to the next level, because we do other events in the taste events company, and we love to bring out the food also. And we know that beer or whiskey or something else will take the food to the next level,
Yep.
and vice versa.
Yeah.
Nice. So Vic, should we crack these open?
Sure.
Have a taste of these. So are these the ones that can you bring these home from the Stockholm
Yes, you can.
Mass? Or
Yes.
the Stockholm Fair Festival?
Yes. If there is something left from the Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival, because we will.
You can smell the hops coming straight out of the bottle.
When is the Stockholm event?
Last March and the 1st of April.
Okay, so it's wow. So you have both of them just a few weeks apart.
3 weeks apart.
3 weeks
Yes.
apart. Okay.
Mhm.
Wow, it's really hoppy. I mean, really.
It smells really good.
Oh yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's really nice.
I would say that's
Super clean. I mean, it just.
Yeah. It's super refreshing and really flavorful for 3.5% beer.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of some of the two old beers we had over Christmas that were
those we
low
had for
alcohol.
the Advent calendar, yeah.
Yeah, they were just low alcohol. We did an Advent calendar where we tried one beer a day over up to Christmas and from Tuol. And surprisingly, I think like 6 of them were alcohol beers.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of them that were under 4%.
Yeah, and this is really, really nice. So did you come up with the concept, or did you just agree that they would brew a beer for you, and you would just go with whatever they came up with that was under?
No,
3.5?
they showed us. We tasted and talked about. We tasted 1 or 2 different beers that were on this steel tank, and then we talked about how we wanted it to taste and what kind of character it would have. So and they then did the final touch with it.
Okay.
And there are some text back at the label on the other side, I think.
On the other one? Yeah.
Yes. And no, we worked the logo out together. So been a big part of it. So
that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the first official festival beer that you can actually bring home from the festival in Sweden.
It is,
Yeah.
and it sounds on Bottle Shop. The guys in Stockholm, they are very glad this has happened, and unfortunately, it didn't go all the way in Malmö. But we're still very happy to come down and visit us and do this kind of thing together. So it's great to have them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Anything else we need to cover?
Just the craft beer conference.
Oh yes.
Oh,
sorry.
yes.
Craft beer conference that is taking place on the 9th, the day before.
The day before.
And tickets still available?
Yes, they are.
Excellent.
Still limited, but yes, there are seats.
Okay, so still a few seats available. And tell us a little bit about the craft beer conference.
Second year, we're doing it together with Bryghus 19, Karlshamn.
Yep.
Yes. And I think it was actually me just dropping the idea for Bryghus 19, and they went crazy, and they have all the experience and knowledge and everything, so it's great to doing it together with them. So they are contacting exhibitors, and they are talking with Jamil Senachef.
Yeah. He was there last year as well.
Yes, he was. And he loved it and would like to come back. And of course, we love to have him, and he's more than welcome back, of course. And so it's a whole day conference. You meet other brewers from all over the country, actually. So it's great that some are traveling from northern part of Sweden only for the conference. And they then, of course, will visit the festival the day after. Yeah. But and it's great, and we had some person from something or another official beer company. He told us that he has been a member for that for 40 years and never been to something like this.
Oh, wow, that's really
2016 at the craft beer conference in Malmö. It was great to hear. So we had 30 or 35 brewers last year, and now we're over 50 this year. Okay. And we have 3 speakers. So it's Jamil, and it's Truls from White Labs, and it's Dennis from VLB, something like that, I think. Yeah, from Germany. Yeah. So it's a whole day conference, and we the idea is to get a higher quality on handcrafted beer in Sweden. That's the main focus. And then we focus on different topics every year. And this year is yeast handling in the brewery, and carbonating beer. And I think yeast will have the biggest part of the whole conference. So then at the end, it's open session, so it's questions about Q's and A's about everything. Yeah, with all speakers.
Wow, it sounds.
So it's great.
Sounds pretty awesome.
I heard a lot of good things about it last year, so I'm probably going to attend it this year.
Wow, excellent. All right, and tickets are still available for the Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival?
Yes, they are.
All right.
Yes, just tell you a little bit about that. Last year we had 11,000 visitors.
Oh wow!
It was great, and this year, right now, I calculated this morning, added up Friday and Saturday, we have now pre-sold about 5,500 tickets.
Wow.
And it's climbing pretty fast. And this year we have this slot hours, or you have 2 hours between you can make the entrance at the festival, and the 2 first sessions of on Saturday are pretty much sold out.
Nice.
So, but the other hours is lots of tickets left. So some sessions is going to be sold out very, very soon.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you better get your tickets now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's my recommendation.
Okay, and so you're also bringing back your tastings, where you can buy tickets to different tasting events where you sample different types of beers from one, is it distributor or brewery or multiple breweries, or what's the premise behind the tasting that you're doing?
Yeah, it can be different kind of settings. Also there we're trying to pick up trends. And this year we have Jamil, who is also doing the conference. And when in Sweden, so he's doing a unique tasting with Heretic Brewing beers, of course. And then we have Skånska Öl with Fredrik Johansson.
Yep.
And then,
Well-known beer profile
oh yeah,
in the region.
yeah,
He was at the Mikkeller bar in Copenhagen before.
that sounds right. Yeah,
Yeah. I think he had he was the manager of the bottle shop when it was not Cool Ship, but it was the bottle shop at Mikkeller and Friends. So I think he was managing up that, and now he's been cruising around the different Bishop's Arms and stuff like that.
yeah.
I think he just started recently at the Savoy. in
All
Malmö.
right, good to know.
Yeah.
So I think he's there on Mondays or something like that.
Yep. And then for those who haven't tried beer that much, maybe we have like an beer school, as it's called, for those who want to try different kind of beers, IPA or ale or stouts or whatever, just to
Like educating the public a little bit
Yeah.
about beer and different beer styles.
yes,
I think that's a really good thing, because this is something that we've had up in the show a little bit before, actually, with ratings and how basically everyone who downloads Untapped is a BJCP judge suddenly. So I think that's actually a really good thing. That's something that I really appreciate as a brewer as well.
Maybe you should take that class so you can learn a little bit.
and we see that this beer school is very, very popular. We have the years before we had, I think, maybe 40 seats, maybe more than that. But now we have seats up to 80 or 100 seats.
Oh, nice.
Per class, and some of these schools, both in beer and whiskey and rum and such, are all full booked already now.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Yeah,
wow. So
yeah.
they're already sold out.
Yeah, yeah,
Ah, it's too bad.
yeah.
But that really shows that there's an interest for learning more about both beer and distilled liquids as well.
Yes,
That's a really cool thing.
very much. So these 3 schools is just 3 out of many. So you just pre-buy also this through Tixter.
You can get those at the same time as you get your ticket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can't decide ahead, then it's fine to. If there are tickets left, it's also available at the festival.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a separate register for that.
Nice.
Excellent.
Great.
All right. Well, thank you for having us over and to try the Folkfest Folkfest beer. Again, the URL for the website. Where can we buy tickets online? What's the?
Woha. Yeah, it's do this tickets tixter.se, tixter.se, and then search for Malmö Öl.
Malmö Öl.
And you will find it.
You can also look up Malmö Beer and Whiskey Festival on Google, and you can get the website will have
Facebook
links
as
as well.
well.
Yeah.
mowfestival.se.
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 Excellent.
Perfect.
All right. Well, look forward to. Oh, sorry.
Can I just apologize?
Sure.
To my English friends out there for my bad English.
No, it's perfect.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
They've listened to Matthias for months now, so they're used to it. Not a problem. All right, guys. Well, thank you for giving up your time with us, and look forward to attending the festival and talking to some brewers and distributors and
should we talk a little bit about what we're doing at the festival as well?
Nope.
Nope. We're gonna keep that a secret.
Keep that a secret. We're going to be attending and talking to people at the festival.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what the form will be yet, so we'll have to.
We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that. We will be releasing episodes from the festival, hopefully. So
it's going to be some sort of live podcast-ish performance.
Exactly. So look forward to that in about a week. All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.